Hello, my dear students. This is Taming of the Show Part 3 and the last part of Taming of the Show. Okay, here we have a summary of this part. Okay, Patricio showed her one of the ways to tame her. Okay, that he declared that the moon was shining brightly at midday. She said that it should be the moon or the stars, that I wanted to travel to her father's house, that she agreed and obeyed him for everything. Catherine was no longer sure. She became an obedient wife. He wanted to be sure that she became an obedient woman. Okay? So, when they were on the way to her father, he spoke to an old gentleman as a young woman. He told Catherine to greet a young woman. Catherine tamed him and obeyed him and talked to him as if he was a lady. Patricio, Patricio told Catherine that he was a man, not a woman. So she apologized for him and saying that the sun has blinded her eye. It was Venestio. He was the father of Lucentio, who was going to marry Bianca. This is the man. Okay. When they entered Patricia, when they entered Patricia's house, they welcomed him. Okay, and there was also another newly married at the ceremony. Lucentio, Bianca, and husband Hortensio couldn't stop themselves from making fun of Patricio, that they blamed him that he married a shrewish wife. Okay, but Patricio declared that his wife would prove more obedient than theirs. Okay, they made a bet that each one sent for his wife, and whose wife was most obedient to come quickly when she was sent for, she would win a bet. Okay, which would be agreed that they proposed a bet for 20 crowns. But Lucentio and Hortensio raised the bet to 100 crowns because they were sure that their wives will be the most obedient one. Okay, first Lucentio sent his servant to ask Bianca to come to him. The servant returned and told him that she was busy and couldn't come. They laughed at him, okay, and he was very shy. Now it was a turn for Hortensio's turn to send her wife, and he told the servant to pick her to come. But the servant returned and told him to go to her instead. Also they laughed at him, and they were astonished. Then the turn for Patricio. Patricio told the servant to tell Catherine to order her to come here at once. For a short time, she entered humbly to Patricio and told her what he wanted. He ordered her to fetch her sisters to perform her husband's command. She agreed, okay, she agreed of what he said, okay, and all of them were astonished and asked Patricio how he would do this. He told them by peace and love. Patricia, her father, was happy and astonished at the same time that Catherine now entered with two ladies, and she persuaded them to obey their husbands. All the people were astonished, but at the end, Catherine was changed completely, that she became a famous one in her country, that no longer became Catherine the Shrew, but Catherine the most obedient wife. And she loved Patricio, okay, a real love, and became an obedient and a tame lady. Okay, here now we will read the summary in the booklet. She began to beg him when she wanted something. She ordered him anything he wanted. For example, on their way to her father, he decided to check her obedience. They met the gentleman. Patricia greeted him as a young woman, and also Catherine greeted him as a lady. Patricia bet Lucentio and Hortensio about wives' obedience. Okay, about wives' obedience. They agreed that each of them should send orders to his wife, okay, orders to his wife to come, and that man whose wife should come quickly, he would won 100 crowns. Catherine was the only one who obeyed her husband's orders. From this time, she was known as the famous obedient woman in Saudi. Okay, here we have a question. It means peace and love and quiet life, and that I am the master. Okay, Patricia said this word that the members of Catherine were astonished that Catherine became an obedient lady. He told them that she was tamed by love and peace. The second one mentioned the members of the Shrew family. We have Papsa, a rich gentleman of Podia, Petruccio, the husband of Catherine. Catherine, Bianca, and Hortensio's wife were the daughters of Papsa. Lucentio was in love with Bianca. Okay, that's all for this part. Thank you and goodbye.